Hello! Today I'll be talking about Gligar, the first ground-flying type Pokémon, and the first ground-type Pokémon in Gen 2 to have ground as its primary type. Its previous PYT dates are September 20th, 1996, July 12th, 1999, May 2nd, 2002, February 20th, 2005, December 12th, 2007, October 2nd, 2010, July 23rd, 2013, May 13th, 2016, March 4th, 2019, and December 23rd, 2021. Like Apom, before working on this project, I thought Gligar was created in Gen 4 due to its evolution, Gliscor, being introduced in that generation and being heavily featured in the anime, being one of Ash's Pokémon. Which is interesting since Gliscor feels right at home with the Pokémon of Team Rocket. I've always been confused by Gligar's ground type, as it's partially based on a scorpion, making one think that its stinger would make them choose the poison type. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Gligar, the Fly Scorpion Pokemon. It was Fly Scorpio in Gen 2, and Fly Scorpion is one word in Gen 3 through 5. Its number is 0207. This is what it looks like. Its type is ground flying. Since this is the first ground flying type Pokemon, I will point out the ground inside and the flying outside. Abilities, Hyper Cutter or Sand Veil. Immunities, its hidden ability. Gender ratios, 50-50. Catch rate is 60 or 14.8%. Breeding is egg group bug. Hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 3'7" or 1.1 meter. Weight is 142.9 pounds or 64.8 kilograms. Base experience yields 108 in Gen 2 through 4 and 86 through 5 plus. Leveling rate is medium slow. EV yield is 1 and defense. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is purple and base friendship is 70. Gligar is a dual-type ground/flying Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves into the Gliscor when leveled up, while holding a Razor Fang during the night. Biology, Gligar is a purple Chiropteran Pokemon with scorpion features. Its head and body are round and roughly equal in size. It has long triangular ears and triangular eyes with small pupils. 2 large pointed teeth protrude from its upper jaw, and a pink tongue is often seen lolling from its mouth. Its arms are segmented at the wrists and end in large pincers. Spread between its arms are 2 blue wing membranes, each tipped with a purple claw. Its legs are thin and likewise segmented at the ankles, with its round feet having 1 claw each. Gligar has a long tail split into spherical sections, ending in a large round stinger. The female Gligar will have a smaller stinger than the male. As shown in the Pokemon the Series episode, Riding the Winds of Change, Gligar feed on berries and can emit sound waves to detect obstacles and fly around them. It glides smoothly and silently through the air with its limbs extended and startles its prey and enemies by flying straight toward them. It attacks by clamping onto its enemy's face with its clawed hind legs and pincers, then jabbing it with its poisonous stinger. Gligar itself is resistant to opponents' venom. Gligar lives in mountainous regions, making its nest along cliff sides. When it is done gliding, it hops along the ground back to its nest. In Hisui, it is revealed that Gligar can survive even freezing temperatures. Evolution, Gligar evolves into Gliscor, so you got Gligar, Gliscor. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky. Gligar during the special episode Bidoof's Wish, where he and his teammates from Team Rogue attempt to rob Bidoof at the end of Star Cave. They are defeated, however, when members of Wigglytuff's guild arrive to help Bidoof. I think it's supposed to say Gligar appears during. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. The same Gligar appears as a recruitable Pokemon, but his quest will only become available upon connecting with Bidoof. Pokedex entries in Gen 2 in Gold. It flies straight into its target's face, then clamps down on the startled victim to inject poison. Silver. It usually clings to cliffs. When it spots its prey, it spreads its wings and glides down to attack. Crystal. It builds its nest on a steep cliff. When it is done gliding, it hops along the ground back to its nest. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby, Sapphire, Gligar glides through the air without a sound as if it were sliding. This Pokemon hangs on to the face of its foe using its clawed hind legs and the large pincers on its forelegs. Then injects the prey with its poison barb. Emerald, it glides without making a single sound. It grasps the face of its foe using its hind and large front claws, then stabs with its poison barb. Fire Red is the Silver entry, and Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, in Diamond and Pearl, It sails on the winds, with its limbs extended to strike from the sky. It aims for the prey's face. Platinum, it glides as if sliding. It startles foes by clamping onto their faces. Then jabs with its poison stinger. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, their Gold and Silver counterparts. In Gen 5, Black and White is the Platinum entry. In Black 2 and White 2, it clamps onto its chosen prey, then jabs the stinger on its tail into the prey while it's stunned with surprise. In Gen 6, X is the silver entries and Fire Red's entry. Y is the gold entries and Leaf Green's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Gligar and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterpart. Legends Arceus. Its tail is tipped with a thick, horrible stinger. To bring down prey, it will first obscure their vision by covering their faces with its body, and then it will use the stinger to inject them with venom. In Gen 9, Scarlet is Crystal's entry. Violet is Platinum, Black and White's entries. Gligar and the Kitakami Pokedex. You can see a couple of them. One gliding, one not. I mean, maybe they're also gliding. They're more jumping, it looks like, but that's kind of fun. Game locations. You got all these. Add game locations and events. Held items in Legends Arceus. Normal, you get a Crunchy Salt 35% of the time. Razor Fang, 8% of the time. Grid items by level. Alpha, you get EXP Candy S 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery, 10% of the time. And grid items by level. So, still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 65, attack 75, defense 105, special attack 35, special defense 65, speed 85 for a total of 430. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, flying, rock, ghost, steel, fire, grass, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to water for double and ice for 4. Immune to ground and electric, resistant to fighting, poison, and bug for half. Notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of electric-type moves is 2, so go from 0 to 2. If gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball or a ring target, or it is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain, the effectiveness of ground-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up. 1 Poison Sting, 4 Sand Attack, 7 Harden, 10 Knockoff, 13 Quick Attack, 16 Fury Cutter, 19 Poison Tail, 22 Acrobatics, 27 Slash, 30 U-Turn, 35 Screech, 40 Exizor, 45 Crab Hammer, and 50 Swords Dance. By TM, 1 Takedown, 4 Agility, 5 Mud Slap, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 8 Fire Fang, 9 Thunder Fang, 10 Ice Fang, 14 Acrobatics, 15 Struggle Bug, 18 Thief, 25 Facade, 26 Poison Tail, 27 Aerial Ace, 28 Bulldoze, 31 Metal Claw, 32 Swift, 35 Mud Shot, 36 Rock Tomb, 43 Fling, 45 Venoshock, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 51 Sandstorm, 57 False Swipe, 58 Brick Break, 60 U-Turn, 63 Psychic Fang, 70 Sleep Talk, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 86 Rock Slide, 87 Taunt, 88 Swords Dance, 90 Spikes, 91 Toxic Spikes, 94 Dark Pulse, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 105 Exizor, 108 Crunch, 113 Tailwind, 116 Stealth Rock, 132 Baton Pass, 133 Earth Power, 148 Sludge Bomb, 149 Earthquake, 150 Stone Edge, 171 Terra Blast, 175 Toxic, 176 Sand Tomb, 181 Knockoff, 186 High Horsepower, 197 Dual Wing Beat, 200 Scale Shot, 204 Double Edge, 219 Skitter Smack, 221 Throat Chop, and 221 Breaking Swipe. By breeding, this group gives you Counter, this group gives you Cross Poison, this group gives you Double Edge, this group gives you Feint, this group gives you Night Slash, and this group gives you Wing Attack. TCG only moves, you get Vice Grip and this card. Side game data, you got all these. Pokemon Ranger in the browser entry. Gligar rides the winds to launch attacks. Its claws can cut down small trees. Shadows of Volmia. It flits around, ramming and slashing to attack. Guardian Signs, it triggers tremors to attack. Okay, got all these. Evolution data, Gligar evolves into Gliscor when leveled up while holding a Razor Fang during the night. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, Gligar evolves into Gliscor when exposed to a Razor Fang during the night. Sprites, so pretty good, pretty much the same. Got all the basics anyway. A little slightly different pink. This is kind of a purplish and a different blue. Gen 3, it's now just purple. And this kind of blue, I guess, and this is blue with a different kind of blue. Yeah, the fangs are pretty small in Gen 2. They become much larger in 3. Tongue is purple and blue. Oh, that's interesting. And then it becomes kind of that reddish pink. Gen 4, we now have it as just kind of a pure purple here. And Yeah, and you can see the smaller bulb on the female. This is pretty much the same blue, maybe slightly different. Yeah, that Heart Gold and Soul Silver bring sort of something closer to the modern pinkish purple color. It's got that kind of green-blue thing. Yep, and then that kind of, it gets a little lighter in Gen 5. But more or less stays the same, and then, oh yeah, for a while, so it had the pink tips here, then for a while it went to the white tips of the wings, and then in Heart Gold and Soul Silver it goes back to the pink. I guess it was always intended to be pink. And then that's blue, so then, yeah, was that always, yeah, that was, well, it was purple here. Then it turned to white, but now it's blue for the shiny. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we got full back sprites. Let's kind of see that in the male and female. Then the models, a little goofy looking, but pretty faithful. Not much changes here. Better models, and this, yep. It's darker, kind of purple and darker blue. At home, sort of the lighter colors again. Yep. In animation, Gligar in Pokemon the series, Diamond and Pearl. Ash's Gligar is the big one, that's the one I know. Yeah, we got all these. Pokedex entries in episode 138 in Ash's Pokedex. Gligar, the Fly Scorpio Pokemon. Gligar uses the cape-like wings on its back to glide from tree to tree quickly and quietly. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 64 in Dawn's Pokedex. Gligar, the Fly Scorpion Pokemon. It glides using the membrane attached to its arms and legs and attacks the face of its prey with its claws. In the manga, Gligar and Ash and Pikachu. All these in the TCG. Trivia, although Gligar could not learn Earthquake by TM in Gen 2, a Gligar that knew Earthquake was a reward in Pokemon Stadium 2 for beating the rival in Round 2. Gligar can be seen as a counterpart to Sneasel. Both of them have two types, which cause them to have a 4 times weakness to another type, have the same base stat total, evolve into Pokemon that were introduced in Gen 4, Glasgow and Weavile, and do so by leveling up at night while holding an evolution item, whose name includes the word Razor, Razor Fang, and Razor Claw. Additionally, both are available as Shadow Pokemon in Pokemon Coliseum and found in the Under Subway. Origin, Gligar shares physical traits with bats, gargoyles, and scorpions. It may also be based on the scorpion fly. Additionally, it shares features with the Amikiri, a yokai with lobster or scorpion claws and the ability to fly. Name origin, Gligar and Gligar may be a combination of glide and gargoyle. In other languages, related articles, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Gligar's first in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 138, The Superhero Secret. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and traveling companions Brock and Misty, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu and Misty's Pokemon Togepi, are walking through this path when they've heard a strange noise, and Brock and Misty are concerned about it.
I ever heard.
And that's Gligar.
Did you see that thing? Pika, what was it?
I saw it all right. It was a Gligar.
Okay, but yeah, that was Gligar's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why people love Gligar. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. No, we sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Gligar. So first we've got Gligar and Gliscor by Peyron, this sort of cute image of a Gligar and a Gliscor together. Very nice, very good colors and stuff. And then we've got the Gligar family by Zero-chan, 923,600. So their sort of version of the pair, Gligar and Gliscor. It's like looking out in the night and it's holding on to its kid Gligar. It's fun. Very nice. This doesn't contain a Gligar, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Ho-Oh before I can catch a Gligar. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Steelix. As always, this is my proper outfit and you'll see me tomorrow.